Howdy folks, it's the Tall Turtle here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and we're going to do kind of a fun one today, and I'm on the flight planning screen so you can see how this works. First of all, because of the type of flight we're going to do, I did choose a plane we have already done, and I mentioned that because I've been trying to choose a different plane every time until we've gone through all 30 of them before we repeat. But we need a fast plane, a fast regional plane, so we're going to do this one right here, the Dalher TBM 930. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to do something that's fun. You can click on a plane on your flight planning screen, on your map, and you can fly the flight plan. And it's a real life flight plan because these are real life planes that are really filed flight plans, and you can fly them. You do get an achievement for it, but that's not why we're doing it. I just want to try this and see how it works. So the first thing you need to do is you need to turn off your multiplayer so that you only pick up real world traffic, and then you need to have real traffic turned on. And then the reason why it's not live right now is because it's so late at night right now in real life that it's dark and I want to find the light. So that's why that is not turned on. And then for here, I like to turn off my clouds so that I can see things better. So what you got to be careful of, you got to let them load. So you go to an area, you give it a second to let it load. Now most of these are jets that are going really far away. So like Delta Airlines, you click on it, left click, normal click I say, create flight plan, and you'll see, okay, it's going to take an hour and 21 in the plane we're in. That's not too bad actually. We might actually just not 2:30. I mean, it's late at night, but it's not 2:30 a.m. right now in real life. Weird. So anyway, we don't want to do that one. I'm going to try to find one that's shorter. We'll keep that in mind. So if we can't get better than an hour and a half, we'll try it. If we reset, then it'll clear it up. All right, let's make it day again. Let's just go like this. Okay. Let's find another one. Okay, so here we go. If we do a non-commercial, so like the Delta Airlines, American Airlines, United Airlines, if you get a tail number that's not that, a flight number that's not that, this is a tail number of a real filed flight plan, but it's not a jumbo jet. So let's click on it and let's see what it is. These are usually shorter. Actually, that's not, is it? That's longer. But you can see it's from the executive airport, right? So this is probably a turboprop flying something, or maybe a tiny business jet flying this here, right? So that one's too long. But those, if you look for those tail numbers, then you usually find something. You'll find something. The reason I picked my Florida is because you have a lot of short little, at least what I found when I was testing this, is there's a lot of short little business flights in this area. So they're easier to find shorter ones. If you go over the Midwest, you're not going to find a short flight. So let's just come back towards Miami. Let's go by Palm Beach, see what this person is. Oh, there's Delta Airlines. So this is probably a long one. See, it tells you here where it's to and from. I don't know all those, so I don't really know how far that is. Other than it's a 737-900. So this is probably a long flight. That's not that bad. But it would take a while. So let's see here. Let's just try a few more. Let's try to find, whoops, that's a regular tail number. I don't know what that is. Let's see where are they going. Yeah, see, that's a long one too. So let's try to stick with just regular tail numbers and see what we can find down here. All right, here's one that's 38 minutes. It is 140 nautical miles from Canada to Canada. So let's do this one now. Because you have to do the flight plan exactly, I'm not going to select a gate to start. I'm not going to select parking. I just clicked, selected flight plan. That's it. So it should start with the airplane running, I believe. And we're just going to run it. Now you can cheat, and once you're in the air, you can go to your nav log and jump to approach and then land. Or you can have your co-pilot fly while you walk around, but to me it's like, why even bother then if that's how you're going to get your achievements and that's how you're going to do flight. But to each their own, to each their own. Like I did get the Saddle Sore achievement by pausing the sim for 26 hours because I literally forgot that I had it running until I heard my fans running. I said that in like a previous video, so that's kind of a funny story. But in this case, we are going to fly this. It's only 38 minutes in this aircraft. Winds are 270 at 4 knots, so that's pretty easy. Let's just hit fly and see what happens. Alright, so I don't remember anything with this aircraft. Let me get familiar with my presets here. How are we looking for weather? We got clouds. And all this other thing too is I don't know anything about CB light. I don't know anything about cruising altitude and stuff. I have to look at the flight. I forgot to click on Navlog. So when you do the flight plan thing on that other screen, then you can click Navlog. It'll tell you like everything, and I forgot to click on it. So just getting familiar with this. I've only flown this plane once a long time ago. And what do we got here? Everything on. Why isn't that on? Panel. Let's turn that up a little bit. Landing lights are on. Okay. I guess we're ready to go. I think. Let's go. Oh, we have to do our own ATC. So we're going to do, let's see, announce takeoff to the, well, it's northeast. So let's just say east. And, whoa, that's loud. I'm just going to take off and go, right? And fly the plan. We have a nav log if we go like this, and it doesn't say anything. Okay, it doesn't say anything. Alrighty. Oh yeah, do we have, we should have a timer somewhere. Oh my gosh, I can't remember how to fly this thing. Or I can't remember this interface. Timers. Up, start. There we go. Okay, we'll just use that. Okay, we're just going to use this and figure this out. We'll try to use autopilot later just so we can look around. But anyway, our flaps down? Where's the flap control thing? Flaps, yes, ready to go. Parking brake off. Juice this thing. There we go. Okay. And we're just going to go and see how this works. Should be a short, quick flight. Should be a short, quick flight. But I'm flying, so it could be triple the time. And it's trying to go, and the wind is taking us. Holy, get off the ground. Step on the brakes to stop the wheels. Gear coming up. And bring back props so we don't break the engine. Flaps coming in. Mind our vertical speed. We make people very sick. I haven't flown a turboprop in so long. Wow. Alright, here we go. Quickly get this thing turned around so we can get back on track. And have a look-see. Look-see, look-see. Apparently we have a cabin view. That's nice. Oh, I love this plane. I forgot about this plane. Alright. Minding a vertical speed still. I don't know what our cruising altitude is supposed to be. ATC, there's no IFR clearance or anything, so I don't know. Let's just get back on track as quickly as we can so it actually stays activated, or else it's gonna, well, like it did there, turn the wrong color, which means autopilot might not pick it up. Well, there we go. Throttles back a little bit. We are hand flying because we can. Get the barometer set. Get everything set. Good. Alright, let's, whoa, we're going beyond 30 degrees. This is not a performance aircraft like that, not aerobatic. Alright, so I want to set up autopilot, but I don't want everything to come crashing down on us. And I don't know it well enough to be tactile about it. Like for example, the 727, when I would fly that next plane, I just knew everything was. I would go click, 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 preset, click, 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 view, you know what I mean? I'd just do it. But I don't know it well enough here, so it would take us a little bit to, you know, check this out. So where's our flight director? Good. Let's sync the heading bug for right now. Actually, let's resync it once we get better lined up to where we're going here. And then we'll just use heading on autopilot at first until we figure everything else out, because I don't trust nav on these autopilots. I really don't. Okay, so let's get us lined up. There's sync heading there, and come up here and we'll do what autopilot heading. Thank you. Just need to turn us back though. Turn us back, please. There we go. Alrighty, now what are we going to do? Do we have an altitude thing here? Altitude, I don't know, half an hour flight on this thing. What are we going to get up to, like 10,000, 15,000 feet maybe? Let's just go up to like 12, 13,000. Come on. Come on. There we go. Let's do 13.5. No, let's do 14 because of the direction we're facing. And we'll do vertical speed. Is going to nose us down. Yep. Oh boy. Up, 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 up. Get us up. 800, 900 feet per minute. Okay, there. I think we're good. I think that was it, right? We're missing all of our sightseeing, but when you do an IFR flight, you're not really sightseeing anyway, right? You're flying the plane. Landing lights can come off. No, they can't. We're only 6,000 feet up. I want to try using nav on the autopilot, but I don't quite know if I trust it. I also have to fix my autopilot view so I can see everything else. What the heck was I doing when I set this up? Let's go like that maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I want to see all of this. I don't need course 2 really, but I have to see all this. So let's make that our autopilot view. There we go. Let's move our heading to the right a little bit so we can S-curve onto our path. And then we'll get the rest of the stuff set up. Again, all these things we would have set up before. It's just it started us out on the runway. So let's do even more there. Move that over. All right, here we go. Map range? No, that's the insert. I don't want the insert. Traffic insert, whatever. PDF. Map settings. Why won't? Do these not work? Are these not working, or do I have to do from down here? I might have to do from down here. Well, we got to get our heading back now so that we can stay on the little purple line. And it is windy. Look at that tracking versus heading. Holy cow. I know we're missing all the sightseeing, but in this video we're actually flying a flight plan. We're flying a plane, so sorry. That's just what we're doing. I just want to get this cleaned up. So that's climbing. That's... wow, that's really windy. I'm going to stay on the purple line. We're kind of deviating a little bit. We could use nav. I'm nervous about it. Should we try nav? Let's try nav. Let's just see what happens. I don't trust it at all. Okay, I really want to clean this up and I want to change this. So let's figure that. Actually, let's sightsee for a second, then I'll figure it all out. Just whatever. Let's just get a look outside before we lose everything. Alright, quick on the sightseeing, I know, but we are flying a plane IFR, so we got to get back to our cockpit. And besides, when you're IFR, there's not a whole lot to see anyway, because you're going so fast and so high, etc., etc. Not always, of course, but, you know. Actually, let's just look at that back there. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Oh, my thing's stuck. Okay, so we need to figure some things out. We need to primary flight display home. Let's, oh, here we go. It's down here. So bearing 1 GPS. I like doing that, although it tells you, oh, it doesn't tell you distance in here or up here. It tells you here though, right there. So you don't really need that. I just like to do it because I'm like that. In fact, let's just turn it off this time. It is right there. Okay, what else? I wanted to do winds. We don't want to touch that. Wind, there we go. I like using option 3 myself because that is somewhat accurate. Let's see. Home. Okay, back to timers. Right. Okay, so what do we got? We got our wind, which is, it said 270 before we started, so that's pretty accurate to me. And then we don't need our bearing stuff because we have our FMS here. And what else? What did I want to do? I wanted to turn off that map insert. I thought there's a way. I don't see a way on here to turn off that map. Okay, so we are finally set. Autopilot seems to be set. We're holding nav, blowing my mind, but it's working. We're coming up on our cruise. We're going to keep landing lights on. Everything else is set. I just can't figure out how to get rid of that one. Other than that, we're set. My kids need me, so I'm going to leave you sightseeing, and I'll jump back in a minute. Alright, just a few things here to talk about. Still haven't figured out how to turn that off. That's okay. The wind right now is correct. 4 knots from 270. That is correct. But if you hop over here, it's opposite, right? Because 270 is there. It should be pointing that way. So that is either always wrong. It's always wrong. It's either totally off or exactly opposite. One of those two. But this, for the most part, is right, but not always. What else is there to say? We're going to tune in pretty soon here. We're going to tune in, see if we can tune in our airport once we get through the Bravo airspace. Just because we don't have ATC right now, and I don't know if that's a requirement for the achievement or not. Again, we're doing this just for fun, just to see if it works. I hope we get the achievement, but that's not why we're doing it. So let's see if we can either get flight following or something. There's no Class B airspace transition. We're through it. Is this on our list yet? CYGK. Do I see CYGK? Probably not. Nope, we went through the entire list and nothing's there, so nothing there. Don't know why it's asking us for Class B. I don't want to do Class B. We're past Class B. I just want to tune somebody in. Let's see what happens. I'm just curious.
Sierra 4105 is type Doher TBN 913 miles southeast of Charlie Tango, November 7, 14,000 feet. Request clearance to transition, Bravo airspace.
Turtles of Tango Sierra 4105
Okay, that's fine. Is it going to squawk for us automatically? I sure hope so. Acknowledge.
Squawk 0224 Turtles of Tango Sierra 4105.
Alright. Cool.
Turtles of Tango Sierra 4105 radar
Nice.
contact 15 miles southeast
good.
of Charlie Tango, November 7, 14,000 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
We're not in Bravo anymore, but whatever. Acknowledge anyway.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace, Turtles of Tango Sierra 4105.
Okay. So we're just going to turn that off until our airport shows up, and then we'll tune it in and do whatever it says. No flight following, it seems, at least not until we get closer, and which would defeat the purpose. But anyway, let's see. Anything else I can talk about? No. See, that's the thing about IFR. Once you're established, there's not much to do, unless you come up with things to do, I guess. It's even crazier with FMS on like a jet where you just auto throttle on a go. But anyway, enough of my rambling about IFR stuff. We all know I'm a GA guy. And I'm about to sneeze, so I'm going to get you some more sightseeing, and we'll tune in the airport when we got it and start coming on down. it was just there, and it moved up a screen. Stop moving. There we go. Let's tune in the ATIS first of all and see what's going on for weather.
Charlie Yankee Golf.
Alright, here we go. Similar winds. Good. Clouds, we have anti-ice on, so that's not a concern.
Visibility 7.
Let's see what runway is in use here.
Few clouds at 800 feet. Temperature
2992, yeah. Runway 19, which will be basically at the top of that triangle heading down.
Runway 19 in use.
Alright, good. Alright, let's tune in traffic and see what it says. Select a runway for landing. Okay, we're going to do it manually. That's kind of cool. Runway 19, just going to be all visual. If there is an instrument approach in the GPS and X-plane, we would just go in here and select it, activate it, and let the GPS or let the autopilot fly the approach. That isn't working to that extent in the simulator yet, as far as I know. So we're just going to have to fly it visually. If you want to get your autopilot to fly an approach, you have to set it up in the flight planning screen, where you actually select your star, runway, approach, transition, all that, and it will fly. But you can't do it here, to my knowledge, not at the time of this recording. You have to do that ahead of time. So we're going to go visual, like I just said, like 3 times already. Let's announce position 100 miles out.
Charlie Yankee Golf,
Only 41
traffic,
miles.
turtle book, Tango
Okay.
Sierra 4105,
So
41
we
miles
will
west,
announce your position from time to
14,000
time. I'll
feet
zoom this in a
eastbound to
little
land
bit so we can
runway 19er.
see what's going on and where it is. It's just after this waterway, so that's going to be our visual, is that waterway. And yeah, let's get our timer back up so you can see what we're doing, and we'll zoom that in and out as we go. I gotta keep doing that, don't I? Alrighty, well, let's see. 41 miles out, we're going to come down the opposite end of that runway right there. Alright, it's 41 miles out. We're going to come down 1,000 feet per minute. That means it's going to take, I don't know what elevation is, let's say it's 2,000. Take 12 minutes to come down. And how fast are we going? 221 knots. We're 41 miles out. I'm pretending I know the math. I'd say it's time to come down. Let's bring our alt down to, let's just say, should we say 5,000? No, let's say 3,500 feet feels good. Actually, 3,700 feet feels good. Now, I could go out to the internet, see if there's an approach plate. I used to have a PDF of all Canadian approach plates. It was like a 3,000 page PDF. Don't have it anymore. And jumping out corrupts my recording software, so we're kind of stuck in the sim unless I want to use my phone, which I don't. So we're going to go visual. So we're just going to guess on a good altitude. Anyway, my point, what I was trying to say is if we could find an approach plate, we could fly it, kind of, even though we can't insert things in here. We would fly it based on visual and then get our altitudes based on the approach plate. But at this very second, we don't have the luxury unless I stop the recording, pause the sim, or do all these things. And it would take longer to do that than it would just to fly this stupid thing visually. In fact, just describing that took longer than to fly it. So we're going to do vertical speed now, down 1,000 feet per minute. Like that. I said 1,000. I guess this is going to go odds. Okay, 900 feet per minute. Let's see. I'll do laundry in a minute. Let's bring throttles back a little bit. We don't want to overspeed. We know the barometer, altimeter. Landing lights are already on. Nothing to do now except come down and look for this and land visually. That's it. See? That's it. Just come down and land. Yeah, that's literally it. So what are we going to do? Nothing. I'm going to change laundry. I'm going to give you some sightseeing, and I'll catch you in a little bit. Let's not exceed the speed limit here. Alright, so we have a lot to do here super fast. I had to go change laundry and help my wife move the car because it's gonna snow and it's hard to park in our weird garage and everything. And I came back and we're almost gonna overshoot our airport. So what's going on? I did also take a minute and I tried to look up an approach plate to be a little more authentic. I couldn't find one. I found a pay one I'm not gonna pay for. And I can't find my original PDF that had like every airport. So that's out of the question. Trying to match our airport here with that. It looks like we're right above it. Anyway, we're going to announce our position no matter what, and then we got to swing around.
Charlie Yankee Golf Kilo
2 miles
traffic
west.
Turtle Boat
Okay,
Tango
so it's
Sierra
right under our
4105,
nose,
2 miles west,
literally.
7,900
So let's come down. We're at
feet inbound to
7,000
land,
feet. I
runway
came down way
19er.
too late. We're going to slow down as much as we can. I don't know if this has speed brakes. Does this have speed brakes? I don't see speed brakes. Anything coming out?
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Landing gear. Oh, because my thing's back.
Landing gear.
Stop yelling landing gear. I don't see speed brakes or anything popping out, so you must not have them. Alright, we're over the airport now. We overshot it. That's okay. We have to come down a lot because I was busy doing real life stuff. So we're going to let autopilot continue. Let's do heading bug to the right like this and switch this to heading. And we'll let it swing us around. We're going to come way out here to the east of the airport and come back because we want runway 19 anyway. So that doesn't really matter. So we're going to make a big, huge loop. I just want to see if we can get runway 19. I assume runway 19, that one or that one? I would assume it's that one because that would be like 16 or something. Gosh, I don't know. Let me look at the list of airports and I'll tell you which one is which. Alright, so no, runway 19 has to be that. This has to be 25. So that has to be 19 and 1, 25 and 7. Alright, so let's do like what's basically going to be a huge crosswind leg here. Alright, where are we in relation to the airport? Because this is working visually and we don't know where we are, we don't have real ATC, we have to do this all by hand. So let's do a nice downwind leg now. So we want this to be, so that 19 is directly below us. So we need to turn like this. Alright, let's announce our nice long base and we'll use autopilot.
Charlie
Whoops.
Yankee Golf Kilo
So
traffic
that
Turtle Boat Tango Sierra 4105 is
19
on
is
base
perpendicular,
runway
so you
19er.
want to go just shy of west? Yeah, just shy of west, I think. We're going really fast. Let's slow down now. And where is it? It's right here. So autopilot's coming off. Where's autopilot? Flight director's coming off. Everything's coming off. We're going to take over by hand.
Landing gear.
Alright, first set of flaps are down, and I have to pull back in my yoke for some reason. Holy crazy, what happened when I put those flaps out? Second set of flaps are down. Okay, so the first set of flaps caused us to sink. The second flat set is causing us to float. Wow. Anyway, let's just try to land this plane. Crosswind from the right is being modeled. Is that correct? I don't have time to do the math. I think it's correct. Yeah, look at the wind thing on our PDF. Primary flight. What did I say? PFD. Look at that crosswind from the right. Alrighty. I assume this runway 19 is lining up with our heading bug. Alright, we're going to see what we can do here. I got almost full throttle out too. I believe I have reversers as well. So let's just clear these trees, keep our speed from stalling. And I have so much throttle engaged. This is nuts. And let's see what happens. Alright, coming down. Try not to land on the threshold if you can help it, since you're not supposed to. And we're going to lose speed very quickly. Try to land right at stall if you can. And, what? My yoke is all the way back, and I had no response from the yoke at all. And we were not stalling. Okay, that's a mess. That was not my problem. Alright, let's... reverses were engaged. Okay, we got the job shouting achievement. Let's park this thing. That was really weird. Stop. 48 minutes, so that took 10 minutes longer than it was supposed to. Of course it did. Alright, I think if we go over here, I saw some stuff parked. Yeah, we'll just park right over here. So let's slow down a second here, and can we find our lights and stuff? No, that's not what I need. I need the lights that are up there, but I don't want to run into these guys. So let's stop a second and come up here. And where's landing lights? Landing lights, landing light, landing light. I don't even know where it is. There it is. What? Taxi. There we go. Okay. Let's keep going and let's see if we can find a friend who will help us park. Alright, lightsaber guy. I know I'm coming in fast. Oh boy. Okay. You want me to go that way now? It's just so touchy. These controls are so sensitive. Even with sensitivity turned down, this is ridiculous. And stop, he says. Oh, okay. And set the parking brake. And let's see. Let's bring back props. Let's bring back throttle. Let's tell alert to leave us alone. How do you clear alerts in this one?
Aural warning, okay.
Okay. Turn those off. Turn everything off. I need to do a full checklist of this so that everything I do it smoothly. Don't even know what that is. Oh, that turns off the batteries. Okay, good. Let's see, what else can we play with? I'm sure there's a bunch more stuff we can play with, but whatever. I don't have a checklist yet, so I don't know what to play with. Let's hop outside. Get the drone out in slow motion mode apparently. Let's speed that up. Good grief. Come on, speed that up. There we go. Alrighty, hopefully enjoy the flight. I'm glad that achievement worked. That was fun to do, to have a real life flight plan. That was really cool. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment to play the YouTube algorithm game. Put a flight idea in the comments below. And I'll see you next time.